Hello, everybody. We are the geeks and the generates. I am Enzo. This is my forever co-host, John. Today we talk about a classic, and not an Oscar-winning movie or like any movie that's like 50 years old, but it's a classic because, well, if you grew up in high school and this came out, you remember this movie, which is Coach Carter, as seen in the thumbnail and description. And yeah, this came out 2005, starring Samuel L. Jackson, about him trying to make his team's lives better. And I remember watching this came out during high school, or no, specifically elementary for me, but like it was talked about a lot.
Yeah. I remember people saying like this is a really, really good movie, and I think I only watched it when it came out, or when like the pandemic hit, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna watch a couple of movies, and I like watched Hustle. There was Last Dance with like Michael Jordan, and then Coach Carter was part of it, and I was like, oh, it's kind of having a bit of a basketball like phase, but I'm never good at the sport, so.
Yeah, same here. That's
And
why.
quite rare a Filipino who doesn't know how to play basketball.
Same here. Like I was mainly a soccer person, which is kind of rare.
Hey, same here.
Yeah,
Yeah, and how fucking dare you? It's football.
sure. um, But yeah.
But
I'm sorry. Well, we grew up in like an American high school, so like you can't blame me.
that's true. That's true.
But like, I remember this even they even showed this in our school, which is surprising because it's starring Samuel L. Jackson and his Samuel L. Jackson mannerisms. I'm like, really? How did it get past our school? Our very religious Christian school.
I didn't know they showed Coach Carter in.
Our school?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I just heard from Seb like later on. I was like, really? Huh. Interesting.
Oh.
But yeah.
And I don't know. It's such a good movie though.
Yeah.
Like I get it. And it is a bit iffy because they do say a lot of words you shouldn't say, and there's a lot of scenes where I don't think kids should be able to see at that moment of time. But,
Yeah. Yeah, like I do like Ken Carter's philosophy of like, if basketball, this sport is a privilege to play, and if you want to play in my team, you better pull your shit together and pull your grades up just for the opportunity. And you're like that. It's a tough thing to do, but like that makes sense of like, because he's in a neighborhood that's pretty rough, and it's like not a lot of people, especially African Americans, get to go to college or get that opportunity. Most of them end up in jail, and I don't want that for you. I want you to have this opportunity that you are missing profoundly, and like I'm trying to get you to see why this is so important. But of course the team's like, I don't understand, we're just playing a sport for fun, why do you have to make it like this?
Right. And like I love them underestimating Coach Carter. They're like, man, who the hell are you? You know, you come in here telling us to call you sir,
Yeah.
and all of that. I was like, what you gonna do? And well, they've been like a losing team for like God knows how many years straight.
Yeah.
And then once this man like comes in and just graces this team with his presence or his wisdom, then they start like kind of picking up the pace. They start winning, even though like their first win was with a like maybe a mediocre school
Yeah.
at best. Like like they still won.
Yeah. And like the first taste of victory, and you're like, I wonder how long this streak will last. Like how, since he's so tough on these kids, and these kids are still like, at that point they're still like, I don't understand, I can't connect to what you're trying to say. You're like, how long will this last? But like, to this movie's credit, every time there is a game, I am, even now I'm still white knuckling it, being like, I hope you continue this streak, because Ken Carter is pulling his everything to make this team better, and this team is doing their all, but like their views just don't align. Like when there's like new rules, they're like, what the fuck is this? You made us sign contracts first, and like if we slip just once, we're out. Why? This is fucking bullshit.
Well, that's his world. Like holy shit, and it fucking works.
Yeah.
Like it is a tough love that these kids needed, where this system was kind of like, I'll just let him go through life, and then it's not our problem.
Yeah, the school was just like, he was asking the principal of like, why do you just let them play basketball and not take this seriously? And she's just like, well, we only have like 50% passing off for college, and it is what it is. And he refuses that answer. He's like, I don't believe in that. I refuse to
Yeah,
believe that. Why do you
yeah,
just say, just accept that? That's a
yeah.
horrible percentage.
And then like the principal kind of like whips at him and like you're a coach. I was like, do your job. You're just a coach. And he was like, you're the principal. Do yours. And I was like, oh shit. For sure, I'm paraphrasing, but like it kind of went like that. Where that's very true. Where this lady is telling him, just do your job.
Yeah,
Don't care about the grades and all that. I was like, but you ain't doing yours.
right.
And I was like, God damn right. And I love it that Coach Carter makes it. He doesn't make like just the students see their faults or their ways that are like not correct. He
Yeah,
also shows the teachers like if they don't pass, sure that's on them.
yeah.
Like if they don't pass for the first time, sure that's on them. They should try harder. But if they still keep failing, I think that is on you.
Yeah, you're like, they keep failing every major exam, and you're like, every major? Then I don't think that's a them problem. I think it's a you problem. Because
Yeah,
you see, like, at one point he does see the grades, and you're like, yeah, I don't think it's a them problem anymore. I think it's a, you're just like letting them fail for the sake of like, I just need to complete these tasks because like, no one's giving me incentive to go out of my way, and like that's what Ken Carter does, where he's like, he even recruits the teachers to be like, can you please help these students understand what they're studying so they can pass? And I'm not asking for A's, A pluses. I'm asking for like the bare, like a C.
minute. Like C. Like even he said like let them retain a C. That is still a passing grade for them to get into college.
Yeah, and like,
And I wish we had that kind of mentor who would go above and beyond.
oh yeah, I really wish we had, especially in elementary and high school, for me at least, and for our
Yeah.
school. You're like, I really wish the teachers would just stop pointing the finger at us, because at some point you're like, I don't think it's an us problem anymore; it's a you problem. But yeah, I do like the like early on when they keep winning and they keep insulting other players. Ken Carter's just like, what the fuck are you doing? You're supposed to
Yeah.
win gracefully, like true gentlemen, not whatever the fuck you're doing. Like,
Yeah.
is that
I love that though. I really do. Cause yeah. Like, come on. You're already be the bigger person in this fucking situation, you know?
yeah? I do like that philosophy of like, either you lose gracefully or you win gracefully. Either way, you retain. Again, as you said, being the bigger person. And like, of course, there are a few slips here and there, like when they won their like some in another school, like far away, and then one of the women invite them to a party, and
Hmm.
like they slip under Ken Carter's nose, and he's like, "Where the fuck is my team?" And like they're just
Yeah.
having a good time, but like the parents are with Ken Carter, and the guy's like, "Hey, look who I found! She's great!" And the guy's like, "That's my daughter."
Daughter.
Ah, fuck.
Yeah. But I feel like in that scene both parties were kind of in the wrong.
Yeah,
Where I don't think Ken Carter should uh, be mad at the kids for celebrating. Like they finally get to let loose. They did win.
yeah,
God knows how many in games straight
yeah,
to a point where they won the trophy or they won the tournament.
yeah.
I feel like it would have been fine if you just let loose and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah, especially since your workout routine for them is literally killing them at times. You're like, Jesus Christ, I don't think I'll
Yeah,
be able to reach this team's potential.
fucking 1,000 push-ups. Who does 1,000 push-ups?
Apparently,
I can't even do 10.
Ken Carter does. You're like, how the? Yeah, you're like, how the fuck do you do that? How?
Like, holy shit, who are you training? Goku?
Right?
Fuck!
Uh, I do like the fact that he keeps asking that one kid of like, what's your
What's
greatest
your
fear?
greatest fear?
And then he does
Yeah.
eventually answer, and I can't say it line for line because it's such a very complicated answer, and you're like,
No,
Or-
it was very poetic.
yeah,
Like you knew that he was kind of cooking that up for you.
yeah. And like you do see like why Ken Carter's wanting to make their lives better from the Latino kid's perspective because his cousin gets killed in like a drug exchange, and you're like,
Yeah,
yeah,
or
and
a
he's
drive. I think it was a drive-by, but like yeah.
yeah, and then he realizes like why Coach Carter cares so much about their grades and what they do after and what the lives they live after high school because life doesn't end after high school, it just keeps going on. Like the higher you climb, the more hard life gets, and he just wants them to be
Yeah.
better prepared. And you're like, ah,
Yeah.
fuck, this is profound, sad.
And everybody has a story. Like there's like Junior. He's not really the brightest. He's not really the sharpest tool in the shed.
Yeah,
He's a great basketball player, but again, that's his like biggest insecurity. And now he's getting a scholarship, which is his biggest hurdle, where he might not be able to get in because he is not smart enough.
yeah. Was it him or Worm that was like he quit the team, and then his mom was like, "No, you better go back to Coach Carter and beg for a position because basketball is your way into college." What the fuck are you thinking?
No, that was not for him. That was not for him.
Was that Junior?
I
forgot.
think it was Junior, maybe,
Yeah.
or some other guy.
Yeah, and you're just like,
I didn't remember all their names.
yeah. His mom was like, "What the fuck were you thinking, quitting basketball? It's the one thing you have. You better ask me next time." Then you're like, oh damn, she has a point.
And then there's also another. His name escapes me, but he had like a girlfriend who got pregnant
Yeah,
and just decided to get rid of the baby.
yeah. Just another hard-hitting scene because you're like, for a movie that's produced by MTV of all studios, you're like, this is pretty hard-hitting.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah. But yeah, seeing how great this movie is, that's why I forget it's an MTV production. I'm like, right, shit.
Yeah.
And the last game too, I'm always like gripping my seat up, being like, I hope they win, and then like,
I know, like yeah, like a lot of times we're like, his scholarship's on the line. Oh, his future's on the line, and we're all kind of just like, please fucking win. And they made the most like unexpected ending for her at the time.
yeah,
Well, a lot of movies do this now, but like around that time, you would think that the main guy would win. No, they don't.
yeah,
They lose by 1 point or 2 points,
yeah,
and yeah,
yeah. It's one of those games where we're like, oh fuck, if you only had enough time to catch up.
yeah,
It's like it's not like an overall victory where we're like, oh wow, they really beat them, or like a defeat where we're like, I don't think the training paid off in any way, but like it's so close, you're like, oh fuck, shit, if only.
yeah. Like if only.
Yeah,
But then again, that's not the whole purpose of the movie.
yeah,
They still won because there was this whole sequence of like them studying and trying to get their grades up so they could get the scholarships and to go to college
yeah,
and graduate college. And yeah, that is the whole ending. Like once they go back to their own gym, everybody's like applauding them
yeah,
and like see how fucking far they went. 16-0. Well, now 16-1, but
yeah,
it's still not a bad track record.
yeah, and like the credits tell you what happens after. Like even at that point, I'm still like gripping my seat up, like I hope they have a happy ending.
I really hope one of like I don't want to say like oh died of drug overdose or some shit like that. I was like, please no, please no. I get it, it's the ghetto, but like come on.
Yeah, like please, for once, I hope life has a happy ending, you know.
Yeah,
And like it's a very inspiring movie. It's kind of like I don't know, this generation's Rocky, where like he didn't win, but like he learned a lot of lessons. You're like,
and like he showed us that he is more than what he was.
yeah. But yeah, I have nothing else to say for this movie aside from again it was a very much a classic for this generation.
Yeah,
Um,
and yeah, no, I would say it is a pretty fucking good movie, especially if you're a fan of basketball.
Yeah, and can't be overstated that Samuel Jackson, you're like, damn, he really can act. When he's, it's funny because we've seen him in every type of movie, but like when he really dials it to being a dramatic actor. Like, holy shit. It's like this and Django Unchained, where, of course, they're opposite roles, but here you're like, damn, you are really good at your craft.
Yeah.
Uh, all that being said, what would you I had a stroke. What would you rate Coach Carter?
I would rate Coach Carter. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I'm rated a solid 9 out of 10. Like I feel like it deserves that. Like it's not my cup of tea from time to time, but then again, it's such a fucking good movie.
Yeah.
Like I'm not a fan of basketball, but this got me invested, and the fact that like it does hit home, maybe to a lot of audiences out there in the U.S. or maybe here as well, where the education system a lot of the times does fail you, and it's kind of nice to see one guy have such a big influence upon the system, especially what its principals, it's the families of the students, to a point where it went to court. I'm like, holy shit!
Yeah.
Like the guy closes down the gym because the kids were failing,
Yeah.
and cost them what 2-3 games,
Yeah.
and he probably risked his life being assaulted by random people. And I was like, oh, not gonna lie, we all kind of wish we had that kind of person in our lives.
Yeah.
Sadly, we don't, but not everybody does.
Yeah.
But yeah, it does shed a light on a lot of things. But yeah, it's a 9 out of 10 for me.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? I really can't find a lot of faults in this movie. It's a very inspiring movie with great acting and a very compelling story. So I'll also give us a 9. Like everything you said, it's like once in a lifetime if someone comes along and just changes your life, your perspective, or how you do things, and you're like, again, I'm like, I wish I had a teacher like that. I mean, I do have great teachers, but like, I don't have a Ken Carter, not to my recollection. You know?
I feel like I'll be jacked as shit if I had a Kenny Carter in my life.
Yeah, I think my detention legs will be more jacked, you know? Aside from the squats I did. But yeah, that's been our video on Coach Carter. What's your favorite inspirational sports film to the audience watching? Again, is it this one? Is it Rocky? Can't think of others for the life of me. Is it Warrior? If you like that one. If you like MMA. But yeah. If you like our videos, please leave them a like, subscribe, and ding the bell icon to get notified of when we upload next. We're also on Spotify and TikTok. TikTok to see our best and funniest moments, and Spotify to hear us on the go individually. I'm Zoda's Voices on TikTok. Where can they find you?
You can find me at JohnGUM on Instagram. That is my article.
And until the next video, we'll see you then. Bye, everybody.
Ciao.